Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Only 2-3 questions today?
Wanted to ask you about J.C. Jackson. Something Bill said this week was he's kind of understanding when to be aggressive and when not to be. Is he able to be more aggressive when you're in the area to maybe help him out? How do you draw that line as a DB in terms of playing it honest and maybe taking a chance?
No, I mean, I would say it has nothing to do with me. I think JC's he's starting to understand more football. Situation of football, what is the situation the offense is in? Is it just regular early down like the plays he made in the game against the Jets? Is it third down? Like he's starting to, just pick up more football, understanding what more offenses are doing. I think obviously the guy's been a stud, but he's made a lot of plays in limited playing time. And I would say last year into this year, he's really been a full-time starter out there playing more plays. And I think that's when you have to start to grow your just situation understanding of football. When you come in the game kind of in certain situations, whether it be just a passing situation or shots, and I think now he's starting to really understand being out there play after play, how teams are going to try to beat him, what are they going to do, and obviously he has incredible ball skills and understanding of when to turn and look for the ball and just ball awareness. We talk about all the time, it just seems like if someone fumbles, if a ball gets tipped in the air, if you turn, it's probably JC that's going to be around the ball to catch it. So, but I think he's starting to put just a football awareness together with that, and obviously you see the results.
Do you ask him for a block next time you're returning the interception and the quarterback comes and takes you out?
You had to add that last part. You felt good about that. No. Less directing traffic and more blocking. Yeah. We're all for that.
That first interception, is that something you're coached? Like when you're up high and you sort of tip it?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say you get situations like that all the time, but there was more of us around the ball than them, and kind of just felt like if I would have went to try to catch the ball, I just felt like both of our hands would have hit it, and nobody would have came down with it. Just felt like if I could just tip it, I knew JC was still around the ball, so and like we just talked about, if any ball's in the air, JC's looking for it. So just try to get the ball away from Corey Davis and closer to our guys.
Is it a constant reminder when you get to this game on Sunday that you have to tell guys to stick to your keys because they're going to throw out a lot of looks and it's going to look real pretty, but you just have to be able to stick with what you're doing?
Yeah, this is the first game all year where we're going to get that. Like this team has obviously a lot of personnel groups, but I would say they have a lot of different skill guys, whether Taysom Hill's in that tight end or Johnson's in that tight end. Like it's just it's a different look. And neither one of those guys are usually going to be the starter out there, but Griffin could be in that tight end. Like it's just so many different guys. And then Kamara can be in the backfield and then Jones can come in and then Kamara could be at receiver. So it's just so different. And Harris is in the game. And, week 1 he was in the game a lot. Week 2 he wasn't in as much. But, like, if he's in there, you definitely want to know he's in the game. So it's definitely a do-your-job game. And I know we say that every week, but there's certain games where, you can't help anybody else out. Like, guys have to do their job. They have to be where the defense calls them to be because if they don't, Sean Payton's going to have a play designed to take advantage of that. And I think you blend a bunch of really good skill players with a guy that's calling plays that understands the defense and the weaknesses and the strengths of it, it can be tough. And I think that's why you've seen over the last, 15 to 20, the Saints have scored a lot of points, and they do it year in and year out. And I think that's something we got to be ready for. And they have, one of the best running backs in all of football. So if they just hand him the ball, that's still trouble. So we really have to play good as a defense Sunday.
Devin, how would you describe facing Mac in practice? Obviously very different from a game, but when he's running 2 minutes the last 2 weeks, against him and you guys?
When we're going against him?
Yeah, or when you've gone against him either this summer or more recently. You're facing Mac at a 2 minute, and you got to get a stop, and he's trying to score him.
We stop him.
Devin, when you guys come off the game, you have 4 picks and a lot of 6 points. Is the film review positive, or are the coaches still sort of trying to rip you to motivate you and still get on you? I'm curious about that.
I mean, it's the New England Patriots. If there's mistakes, that's what we talk about. The interceptions we watch, we move on. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's like they're in there just killing us, but it's a sense of urgency to fix the problem plays. It's not. I don't know, I think you guys could probably tell we're not one of those places where we watch like all the good plays for like an hour and like zoom by the bad plays. It's kind of the other way around. But it's good, I think, especially when you have a game where we lost week 1, you come back, you win week 2. I think it's important to understand like why you won. And the reason was because we dissected week 1 and we figured out what we needed to fix, and we did some of that better in week 2. And now it's like, all right, how can we do some of the things we didn't do as well better in week 3, going against a team that's playing good football? I know they lost last week, but they're a good football team. They're a team we don't play often. We don't see them a lot. So it's definitely a sense of urgency. Like if we don't fix those things, it's going to be a long day Sunday.
Devin, in week 1 they put up 38 points and threw 5 touchdowns, and last week only 7. Do you have to kind of expect the team that played in week 1 in a way?
We'll see the team that played in week 1. No doubt about it. I mean, they're going to be ready to go on the road, coming here. Coming off a tough game against Carolina, there's no doubt to me that they'll be ready, and we'll see their best stuff, and their players will play good football. Since I've been here, that's something we always talk about. We've watched teams play somebody, and it just goes all wrong the week before, and then we come out here and they play the best game of the year. So that's what I expect to see.
Last question, guys.
Dante Hightower was talking about how he hates meetings. That's the one thing coming back from last year that he hates. What are your thoughts on meetings, all the meetings you have to go to?
Well, see, I didn't take a year off from football, so I still was in meetings. I will say this: these meetings are better than virtual meetings. So I'll take these meetings. But you guys know you guys don't like meetings either. So nobody likes meetings, especially we play football for a living. So. We like being on the field. We like the active being. So I will say the good thing is our meetings consist of walkthroughs. They consist of being in different places, walking around, seeing things. So, but I would say a lot of players tend to agree with Hightower. Appreciate it.